afternoon guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cook with Lainey. Today we are going to be making some awesome fudgy protein banana bread. Yes, you heard it right, banana bread. I have been working on this recipe for literally months to perfect it. It is moist, it is fluffy, it is delicious, and it has amazing macros. So I rather enthusiastically buy a lot of bananas for our house, and they always seem to go over ripened. So the best option is make some banana bread. Okay, let's get started. What you are going to need, obviously some overripe bananas. I'm going to use two medium-sized ones. It's usually between 130 and 140 grams. We've got some liquid egg whites. Obviously you don't have to use liquid egg whites, you can just use the egg whites from whole eggs, but I'm being super lazy. Got some apple cider vinegar. This is used to rise your mixture. Because the mixture is quite a dense mixture, you're going to need as much raising agent as possible to get that to lift up and be yummy and fluffy. We're going to use some milk today. I am using some of this oats and almond milk, but you can use any milk of your liking. We've got some fat-free Greek yogurt. You could also use some high-protein quark or any kind of substitute like that. Now onto the dry ingredients. I am starting off with some coconut flour. You can pick this up in most supermarkets. I get mine from Sukrin, as I get most of my products. I'm going to use some vanilla protein. This is going to add that extra protein boost to the recipe. I have some of this Sukrin Gold. It's like an artificial sweetener. You can use any artificial sweetener of your choice or regular sugar, but you will need to adjust the macros. I like to add a little bit of cinnamon in just for that little extra kick. And now again, your raising agent. You've got some bicarbonate of soda and baking powder. These again are essential for giving that fluffy texture to your bread. And last but not least, we have some fudge pieces, because this is a fudgy banana bread. So I'm going to use some in the mixture and some sprinkled on top to make it look all pretty. This is a super fast recipe. It literally takes 5 minutes to prepare, but it does take a little bit longer in the oven. I've got my oven preheating to 185 degrees Celsius. Let's get started. First, we add our bananas. As you can see, they are quite ripe. I like my banana bread quite smooth. If you like it a little bit more lumpy, simply mash it with a fork and mix it in a bowl as opposed to in the Nutri-Ninja. Next, we're going to add 70 ml of your liquid egg whites, tablespoon of your apple cider vinegar, and we've got 150 ml of your milk and 120 grams of your fat-free yogurt. Now we simply blend together all the wet ingredients in your Nutri-Ninja. You could also use a food processor or any kind of mixing implement you have in your household. Into a large mixing bowl, we are going to add all of our dry ingredients. Firstly, we are going to add in 90 grams of our coconut flour. Then we're going to add in 2 scoops of our vanilla protein powder. That's about 70 grams. 30 grams of our Sukrin Gold artificial sweetener, and 2 teaspoons of our cinnamon. And the essential raising agents, we've got a teaspoon of the baking powder and a teaspoon of our bicarbonate of soda. Now we're going to mix all these ingredients thoroughly before adding in the wet ingredients. And now we simply add in the wet ingredients. And again, just mix it all thoroughly through. So once you have this cake-like doughy consistency, it's time to add in your fudge pieces. I add in about 2/3 of the fudge pieces, and I keep the rest to sprinkle on top. Now you simply add the mixture into your cake mold. I am using this silicone cake mold, and then just spread it evenly in the cake tin. And now I simply add in the remainder of the fudge pieces on top. Now this part is completely optional, but I like to drizzle on some of this fibre gold syrup from Sukrin. And that's it, ready to go in the oven. It takes about 50 to 55 minutes to cook. So the banana bread is fresh out of the oven, and the best way to see if your banana bread is ready is just simply put a knife into the bread, and if it comes out clean, we've got cooked banana bread. So now you just simply run your knife round the edge Tap it a couple of times just to loosen it out, and then just simply transfer onto a wire rack to cool. And that was super professional. And here you have a beautiful banana bread. Now the best thing to do is to leave it to cool for about an hour before slicing it, because as it is still hot and cooling, it will just fall apart when you cut it. So leave it to cool if you can resist the temptation. Once your banana bread is cool, you can slice it into 8 pieces, or if you're feeling very greedy, maybe just 4. But I usually store my banana bread in the fridge as it keeps it fresh, and then just take it out a couple of minutes before you want to enjoy it. You can enjoy it at breakfast, you can enjoy it as an afternoon snack with some peanut butter on top. So when life gives you overripe bananas, what do? You make banana bread.